and record, and then we get started. All right. Good morning, everyone. This is Maggie Angel once again with La Voz de la Justicia. We are here today with a special guest that we have had in the past. Unfortunately, for those of you that saw that video, you might have noticed there were some technical difficulties. So we decided to redo this video as it's really important for you to know Mamudou. So welcome, Mamudou, to the show. I know you've been in person, and this is your second time, but now via online. So how exciting. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Happy to be here, happy to be back here. And I am excited about, getting to know the community, and also getting to just introduce myself to everyone and the work that I do.
Awesome. Thank you, Mamudou. So do you want to start out, Mamudou, by telling us your name and your title at DRCC?
Yeah, my name is Mamudou Kuyateh. I'm an RVC fellow, rooted in vibrant community fellow. I'm doing a two-year fellowship with Duames River Community Coalition. I mostly work in areas of climate change resilience, but then overall, DRCC, we all work as a team. So, it's kind of just that teamwork, working with everyone else in different areas, kind of like taking that holistic approach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Mamudou is a fellow with us at DRCC, and we're excited to have him. It's exciting for me to do this interview as well, because I was also part of this fellowship program with RVC, and as I spoke with Mamudou, it's really exciting, and it brings me a lot of capacity building, right? They focus a lot on training, they focus a lot on individuals growing as professionals in these new careers. And I know Mamudou has a lot of things that he has done in the past with community engagement himself. So Mamudou, do you want to talk a little bit about the past community engagement?
Totally. My journey as a community, as a community organizer started back home before I came to the US. In the Gambia, I did a lot of community work, working with communities, with different organizations, grassroots communities. We did a lot of campaigns. We also did a lot of community mobilization. I work with women group. I also work with child protection groups, and all different sectors of the community. So bringing that experience to the US, when I came here in 2016, I moved to Seattle. When I came to Seattle, and I found I was going to college, and we were able to create a group at Seattle Central College called African Student Association, and through that I was able to meet a lot of good people, a lot of influential people in community organizing. Been able to work with One America. We've done a lot of work on immigrant rights and immigrant things that immigrants need to focus on. So we did a lot of work on that area to work with the community on voters' right, and canvassing, and door knocking, a lot of things in the past that I was involved in. And then from there, rooted in vibrant community, RVC came into the picture. We started with RVC. As Maggie mentioned, RVC focuses a lot on capacity building, helping fellows build their capacities, help to support them in the areas that they need support in throughout this 2 years program, and also placing them to their host organizations, but at the same time keeping in touch with them, doing trainings once in a while to just continue building that the capacity. So yeah, that's how I came to DRCC, and I am so, it's been really, really, really great. It's been really great being at DRCC. A lot of exciting things, and looking forward to a very, very bright future there as well.
Yes, that's exciting, Mamudou. And for those of you that are listening, maybe you have experienced this or will experience it in the future. Right now, I don't know, Mamudou, if you could relate to me, but getting out of school and going straight to work, it's complicated. It's complicated to find a job. It's a lot of the times, a lot of the industries and organizations are asking for 2 years or more of experience in the related topic. And with a lot of the students, don't have that and are looking for that opportunity. And I think myself, I'm speaking for myself here, is that with the RVC, I had that opportunity to come into environmental justice field without really knowing about it. So, Mamadou, if you want to talk a little bit about that, what does environmental justice mean to you, and why DRCC?
Yeah, totally, Maggie. I think that's a very good question. It's really important. The first part of your question is, going to school and being able to gain the necessary experience to be able to enter the workforce after graduation. It's really hard, but with experience, I think that's what RVC provides partly, that experience that you would need, a two-year experience that we would need as a student. And also, like, how do you navigate and also be able to like find different things that you're interested in, different things that capture your imagination and you're thinking while you're doing this fellowship. So I think fellowship is also an opportunity to find out the things that you like, the things that you find joy in, that you're passionate about. So it's like a discovery mission at the same time. So I mean, before DRCC, my knowledge on environmental justice and environmental issues is very limited. I know a few things, but I actually didn't know a lot about environmental justice, on climate justice and everything. So when I was placed with DRCC and I looked at everything that DRCC is doing has to do with environmental justice, and I'm like, wow, okay, well, I'm excited about this, but I don't really know a lot about environmental justice. And so, well, and I remember Maggie, the first time we met, Maggie was telling me how, her situation is also the same. Before she came to DRCC, she didn't know a lot about environmental justice or whatever, but when she came in, now she's, through her work and working with other people, she was able to like actually know a lot about. So that's how it all started. And, when I can say at this point, now that I'm working on this climate resilient cohort project with Adrian and all those and everyone else at DRCC, I think my knowledge in environmental justice and the way I think environmental justice should be a part of our community, should be a part of what we do to protect our environment. Now I can say confidently that it's really, I'm really at a place where my knowledge has expanded a little bit in that area. So that's good.
Yeah, and I think you make a really good point, Mamadou, is that many times we do the work, we live in the community where we're experiencing injustice due to our environment, and we don't necessarily call it environmental injustice. We just live in this situation, right? It takes a couple steps for us to recognize and put this term to our situation. So this goes a lot with the topic I talk with many community members every single day in Squamish Valley, is when I talk to neighbors and I'm like, how do you feel about living here? Many people are excited, they love it, they believe they have everything, everything's good. They're like, it's a beautiful day, whatsoever. But what we don't really know is like, how's the air quality going? How is this traffic affecting us? So the things that we dig more into, which is some of the things I think, Mamadou, you have to experience with Adrian, especially working in climate, is something we talk a lot about. So getting to know a little bit more about Mamudou, and I know he brought this up already, is the climate cohort. So Mamudou came from not knowing much about environmental justice to now developing his own cohort, aside with Adrian Hampton, who is part of our DRCC staff as well. So, Mama, did you want to give us a little background on what this climate cohort is, and can I still join?
Yeah, totally. It's the first of its kind. It's like a pilot project, if you may call it. We thought, it's absolutely indispensable for our community to benefit from an opportunity like this, because not every community have these kind of opportunities, but also not every community faces environmental hazard like Duamis Valley. Duamis Valley does. I mean, if you are not familiar with the history of Duamis Valley and how important environmental justice is, I would say you have to go back historically to be able to trace the origin of all the problems that were created in the Duamis Valley community. I mean, these were not problems that community members created. These were problems that, industries created. These were problems that Boeing created. These were problems that all these big companies created. And now we have to be the ones to hold these people accountable to do the right thing. And the right thing right now is to come together and organize ourselves and hold these people accountable. So part of what this climate cohort does is to be able to install that advocacy skills in cohort members. We're going to be having like 10 cohort members from the communities. At this point, we have already received interest forms from people, but it's still open, and we still encourage anyone out there who is interested to apply, to just go ahead to the website and DRCC website and start applying. So we would. One of the benefits that you can get from this program is that you're going to have peers coming from communities who are like-minded, who have a lot of experience, who can share those experiences with you. And we'll also be inviting guest speakers who would come and talk about climate change, different topics on climate change, like flooding, like and heat. They will just be talking about different topics when it comes to climate. So it's an opportunity to expand your knowledge on climate change. And at the end of the day, we would certify the members of the members of this cohort, and there would be also compensation, because we realize that when at least compensating people for their time, so there would be compensation for climate cohort members. So this is a unique opportunity. This is an opportunity available for our community members to step up, and come in and play their part in the fight against climate change, and also to build climate resilience, to make our communities stronger, to make our communities tougher, in order to be able to deal with the effects and the impacts of climate change.
Wow. Can you all believe Mamudou said he knew nothing about justice after this? But it's great to hear you, Mamudou, talk about this cohort. So for folks that are interested, Mamudou has mentioned it is still open. Would that be, Mamudou, through an interest fee, or would they contact you directly? How would you like that?
Yeah, you can either contract me at Mamudou at drcc.org, or Adrian at drcc.org. Also, if you go to the website and go to our website and you go to our climate justice, under that you'll be able to see our climate cohort, and that way it will be easier for you to get all the information that you're looking for. And also, if you want to apply, there will be an interest form that you can fill out and apply.
Awesome. We will list the link as well in the comments of this video for folks that just want to click that link and go directly to the website page where the climate cohort is. And if you want to learn more, feel free to contact us. I believe we mentioned having different languages as well. Mamudou, correct me if I'm wrong. So if you speak Spanish, Vietnamese, Thai, or another language, feel free to also reach out. We will be having interpretation as well. All right, Mamudou, do you want to speak a little bit about what your goals are for this coming year at TRCC, and how are you liking it so far? I guess
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's great. Y'all making me love this place so much, and it's a beautiful family and community. It's a great community with resilience, community that is stronger and willing to, to come together to fight for what they believe in. I love this. I love that about the Duwamish community. And my goal for the next 2 years or for the next year would be to see a community that trust is built. I want to be, see a community that has a lot of trust within themselves, and also to be able to hold each other accountable, and also build relationships, personal relationships with people in the community, and also as a group. So I think that's an important aspect of the things that I would like to see happen in the next year or two, and also, this climate cohort, to see it grow, to see it develop, to see people benefit from it, and not just that, but for these people to go back to their communities and give back the knowledge and the skills that they gain from this cohort, and that's another thing that I would like to see as part of my goals, working with communities.
Definitely community united and all that kind of stuff. Also, Mamudou, I think, have you met the youth in person yet?
The youth corps, yeah, I met the youth corps. I was there, and I think their first training, the youth corps. I went there. Carmen, incredible job. He's doing an incredible job with the youth corps, and I was extremely impressed and excited when I went there. They were all focused and they were all ready to learn, and these young people are amazing, so curious. They just want to know more, and that's just something that really, really, really impresses me when I went there, and I'm looking forward to interacting with them more and getting to know them more and about their interests. And also, we're also trying to see if we can get some of them to join, some or even all of them to join our cohort, because we think youth actually play a crucial role in our community and in our fight against climate change, and also building resilience. So yeah, looking forward to all that exciting stuff.
Of course, yes. I think youth are essential to the community work we're doing. All right, Mamudou, I think we've done a lot of talking about DRCC. Let's hear more about you. Tell us more about yourself. What kind of hobbies do you have? What do you like doing in your free time?
That's a very good question. It's hard to answer that question right now, because I go to school, I have work, I have assignments. So hobbies are really really hard right now. But typically the things that I do when I'm not working or doing anything, is just do nothing. I mean, just be at home, relax, and just recharge myself, and sometimes read novels. And there are times when I also just like to cook my favorite dish. It's called jollof rice. I cook that, invite friends over. I like to play soccer. That's one of the games that I also enjoy playing sometimes when I'm free. So yeah, these are the things that I also like to do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So for all the folks that like soccer out there, hit up Mamudou to go play some soccer sometime. It would be fun to make a soccer team down in the Duwamish Valley, wouldn't it?
It would be great. It would be, as that's, look, I even forgot to mention, a year from now or 2 years from now, I want to see Duamis Valley have a soccer team, like a very strong soccer team. So that's just one of the things I would love to see.
Some good soccer players down here that I know of, and most of them have to go out of the valley to play. But yes, in the future, I hope that that's something we get to do here. All right,
Totally.
Mamudou. I think that's pretty much all for today. It's a quick little overview of who Mamudou is and just introducing yourself to folks that are listening and watching this video. But this won't be the last time we have you here. So we are hoping to have you come by more often in the radio, maybe talking about the climate cohort, how's that going? We are open to any topics here in the radio. But other than that, do you have any questions, any last minute note you want to give to folks on yourself?
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Maggie, for having me here. It's been a pleasure. And I'm looking forward to coming back here to talk to folks about the climate cohort and also to give you updates about some of the opportunities out there that we can all we can benefit from. So stay tuned, and thank you so much for being here.
Yes, thank you, Mamudou. We look forward to hearing about those updates that cohort is going. So for sure, we'll be coming back. All right, folks, it was nice talking to y'all, and we will see Mamudou later. Thank you.
See y'all. Bye.